Security log 052817. I'm still unable to make contact with High Command. I hope that getting further away from this station and all of its radio chatter will increase our chances to make contact with colonial forces. To this end, the commander has finally left Squadron home base to establish an outpost. Having our own monitoring stations will give our scanners increased resolution. However, without fleet support, we've had to succumb and hire some mercenaries for defense, but I am skeptical of their abilities. Even if we did have shipbuilding facilities, we lack the manpower we once had.
Good day, Sven the Slayer here once again, and welcome back to StarMade on the Star Squadron server. So, I found out pretty quickly that I had outgrown this station. So it's a nice little outpost, but a home base it is not. One thing when doing any kind of mass crafting is you come across, you just don't have enough with these little 10x factories, and even if I had another basic 10x, that would help a lot, because a lot of times I would be trying to make just gray hull, and I'd have to turn it off to craft something else. So I'd have to basically turn it on and off just to do crafting. It was kind of a pain, but this isn't meant to be any kind of long-term home here. I also had to put in a shop module because I just didn't have enough. Well, it's for spawning in ships, as obviously this doesn't have a shipyard. Now, the main thing I did was I spawned in a Llama class freighter for carrying all of my goods and materials. That's what my inventory here is now, and it's full for a reason. So I recorded this once already, and I was not happy with it, so I decided I was just going to jump in and record it again. So I have the Llama class freighter that I've hired, and 2 Mako class heavy fighters as escorts. So certainly not going to win anything in a fight, but it's all for the RP. Do it for the RP, that's about it. So these are my 2 mercenary ships that I've hired on to protect my resources. Certainly if any Armada or the Lost rolled in here, they would wipe me out, and I would be quite unhappy, and lots of server saving issues. So I've already spawned in my next base as part of the previous episode. I forgot to dump off some stuff, so we'll head to the new station that I spawned in and show that off in a second. So here we are now at the new resource base, and I'll show it off in a second. You enter through the airlock, and this airlock is not updated yet. It is still using the 1 second timer instead of the 1.5 second timer, which doesn't really matter for this application. But my new airlocks actually have a little thing in here that gives me a list of features, direction for inputs. And this one is station, left mounted button with docks, and it is the version 1.0-0. So the button is on the left side, facing out, and that basically just tells me when loading the templates which version I need, and also tells me if I can check on a ship to see if the ship has an up-to-date version. So in here we have our little, I don't have my cargo at range, our living area. So it's got 8 beds, a little kitchenette, a shower room, only 1 shower stall, and for some reason it's still got the old style sinks. I've been using sinks. Has an elevator, and then this airlock goes out to the, let's just use the door, goes out to the in vacuum landing pad for shuttles and whatnot. Has my other ship just arrived yet? I told my fleet to come here. It has an elevator to go up to the control room. This is the flight control for the this flight control. The landing pad, airlock control. Turn the radar on and off. That actually controls the blinking lights as well. But the important thing on this is the factory system. So it's something I'm going to be incorporating onto all of my factories, shipyards and whatnot, are these factory modules here. And that will basically, I just have to make enough room and then I can paste one of these in and get my factories. So that's something I'll also incorporate into the old station that I was working on last season. UCS Fleet Miner taking damage. What? That's not good. What's that taking damage? Where? I don't even know where it is. Because I jumped here and told my fleet to come here. So it should be unloaded. Oh, crap. That ship has all of my resources on it right now. And I have no idea where it is in relation, because this is the MPV. I guess 13. Oh, they should be here shortly. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, so this is the exterior of it. It's got, of course, the landing pad. It just has cargo strewn around. It's a Tier 1 station, so there's not a lot to it. Tier 2 might actually have a dedicated cargo bay. This antenna here was kind of one of my last minute slap-ons. Still not sure how I feel about it. I kind of like it, but I don't know. Sometimes it takes me a while to fully, what's the word? I add something and it's like, oh, I don't like it, and then I remove it, and then I'll put it back on later and says, hey, it looks much better now, even though it looks exactly the same. But yeah, it takes me a while to fully like some additions I do to things. I'm slow to I am slow to appreciate change. So what I have here is the capsule refinery. It's not pulling stuff back. 5.3. Oh yeah, because it's not pulling. It should pull everything back from the capsule refinery. Change items at all. Oh, okay, that's why. Now it should pull stuff back. Yeah, definitely gonna find bugs in this station because this is the first time using it, but anyway, this is the capsule refinery. Let's turn on the lights just so you can see everything. It's got a blue light. It has a blue flashing light when it's running. It does produce, it doesn't consume 3,000, but it should make 3,000 of the given resources. Of course, it produces those capsules at a faster rate. Is it actually running? Or is the game being really laggy again? Because it should... Oh, it can't make any more because it doesn't have any more storage. Okay. Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to look into. This is going to need its own storage. Oh, because in testing it didn't have as many enhancers on it. That's why. Okay. Gonna find lots of bugs, but the important thing about this when I was designing it is it's supposed to connect to the other factory, so it's got these output pipes, and those are like cooling, part of the cooling system or something, I don't know. Those extra pipes there just for added decoration. So each of the pipes actually goes to one of the other factories. So the basic factory, standard factory, and advanced factory, and they're all color coded and all have their own colored lights. And they're all they're supposed to look slightly more advanced than the other ones. I don't know how well I came through with that. One thing is the capsule refinery has one cooling fan, the basic has two cooling fans, the Standard has 3 cooling fans, and the Advanced has 4 cooling fans. That was something I wanted to incorporate, and they all also feed through these duct work. I use thrusters a lot for general duct work, if you ever see my fans. Speaking of fans, I never actually finished the fan work in here. See, there's no fans in the ceiling, but if you go up here, you see that these ducts all running to various life support fans, but there are none down here, so that's something that's gonna have to change. It's interesting. That's what happens when you rush, and that's one of the reasons why you beta test. Can I order these guys in formation, or are they just gonna idle in formation? They're just gonna sit over there. I can't tell them to get their asses over here, but I can do this, which will eject that ship. Now I should be able to tell them to idle in formation. Right? You're undocked, right? Right? No, you're still docked. Locked down. Oh, probably redocked as soon as I... Now let's do it. Order. Idle information. I think they're still just sitting there. Llama Llama Duck with 82.9%. Guess my, oh, they're moving. I know there's a bunch of, pirate stations around. One time when I was flying from this station back, I actually did run into a pirate station. I wonder if it was actually taking damage or just realized it was damaged when it loaded in. Because it was already damaged. Yeah, I think when it loaded in, it realized it was damaged. I think that's what happened. It wasn't actually taking damage, but as soon as it got close enough that the game loaded it in, it realized it was damaged. But I'm rambling a little bit now, so... Yeah, one thing I gotta decide on is if I want to repaint the station to have the same dark gray color scheme as the freighters, or if I want to finally pick a color scheme for... Let's see, this is a resource... It's not technically a mining station, it's a factory, so maybe if I come up with a color scheme for the factory division of the UCC, I can paint it that. Because one of the gripes I get is, oh, all my stuff is monochrome, which I certainly don't mind myself, but it is definitely something I'm wanting to look into. The Makos here just recently got painted. For the longest time, my let's see, their PMC vehicles, private military contractor vehicles that the UCC produces, or UCS produces for civilian purchase, they were just gray and black like my freighters, and recently I decided I would paint them, but I didn't want to do all black, so they have the orange accents and a lot more dark gray to separate them from the UCC ships, which are pretty much just all black. They have a little bit of blue, but they're essentially all black. So I really like that color scheme. Problem is, I'm not the first one to use black, dark gray, and orange. Top Ace also uses that color scheme, so I don't know. I've been wanting to do orange ships for a while, so it's not like I'm copying him, but it's kind of like I'm copying him, so I'll have to see in the future if I want to paint that. But I really like the way that looks, so probably not. It was not my intent to like, oh, hey, I like your color scheme, I'm gonna steal it. I like black, I like monochrome, but I definitely needed a couple splashes of color in there, so yeah. the storage is actually just these piles. It doesn't have a cargo bay. It just has piles. So the tier 2 will have probably a dedicated cargo bay, maybe a sealed cargo bay instead of just this empty air or open to vacuum landing pad here. Check, I don't. I wonder if the llama will fit on that landing pad. Let's find out, and then that'll be it for today. Yeah, that's definitely plenty long enough for that. And these airlocks do actually seal up. They're not perfectly aligned, but they do have a nice seal. Just funny because I see some people have airlocks and they do the USDs, but then they have things that are obviously air holes, so you won't actually get a pressure seal. It's just like, why would you build the USD and then not have a pressure seal? I don't get it. Is that my? I think that's the rear. It fits. If I fits, I sits. It was not designed to dock there. Oh, that's actually. Oh yeah. I didn't even look at the space. That's nice. It's red, but it's not very like dark red, and got the blue suns that I like. So I like that. I can maybe get a good angle here for, and that's going to be the thumbnail. One of the things I always forget is to make a thumbnail, so I got a thumbnail now. That'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode.